Greetings, this is the Timeshare Traveler. Today is episode 131. I'm going to do a Hilton Grand Vacations owner update that I did in February 2023. The first thing I'll talk about is I'm going to confirm the new features for HGVMax regarding in the 2023 timeframe. I'll give you a couple examples of locations that I've actually used, the new locations I've actually stayed in and ones I have booked. Then I'm going to talk about the new benefit that they talked about, which was destination exchange. And those of you who are diamond owners, they've had it for a while. And I've got a short demo that I'll follow up with what it is and when it's going to happen. I think that's going to be a big difference maker over time with Hilton Grand Vacation. So I wanted to include it in my owner update because it did mention it was coming. And then again, I'll mention the gradual rollout of properties that we're seeing. And I'm gonna end it up with what I would like to see sooner, because I have some things I'd like to push for, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that as a Premier Plus member. I'd like to see if I can influence that. Before I do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my channel. Then I'll dive right into details of all the owner updates that I got.
Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of my channel is to educate those who love traveling in timeshares. I've been an owner for 15 plus years at timeshare ownership. I have elite ownership with Marriott, Hilton, and Worldmark. I have published over 100 timeshare video reviews, and I've published over 95 timeshare tips. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, at Twitter, Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com.
Okay, let's talk about the confirmed new features, updates in 2023. So those, one of the first things I was looking at, I'm a diamond owner and Hilton Grand Vacations owner, so I'm looking for one total point value. And they said that would be coming, again, everything seems to be late 2023, early 2024. And I think that's kind of when they're going to merge the two platforms. Right now, they're still, you have your diamond login and you have your Hilton Grand Vacations, and there's some level of parity in terms of feature set that's made available. It's probably the minimum set, and I think there's a big release where they're going to merge those two together, and everything seems to be targeting toward the latter half of the year, and I think that's really that work that needs to get done, so it all sort of shows up. The new tier benefits, last minute booking credit that ranges from $250 to $1,000 a year, and that's later half. Again, it's all this stuff is in the same later half of 2023. And what that does is that's basically you get a last minute booking that within the 60-day window, I think it is, that you have a credit you can actually use. It's effectively free night stays. The details have not come out on totally exactly how that's going to work. The ability to purchase one-time credits, so if you want to extend a little bit, you can buy additional credits for one-time use, so not part of your maintenance fees. And there's different price points. I think it starts at 37 cents a point or 32 and drops down to 25 by the time you're Centum Plus. The active searches, again, seems to be a later half, and this all points to they're gonna merge the two sites into one and take the various features, because there is a search available for you, the ongoing search on the diamond side. So there is a site that has that, and then the Lyft transportation credits is also, depending on your tier level, $250 to $350. That's later 2023. So all those features seem to be part of this merger of the various systems. But I did get it confirmed that that's going to happen. So I guess we're going to be sort of in this stage we're in now for at least for the next 6 months, and then we should be seeing the merger of the two sites. For those of you who haven't followed me, I've been spending a lot of time trying to go to as many DRI sites as I can, and I'm finding the 6-month booking window is not perfect, but it doesn't block me out completely. And I'm hoping there'll be better availability, because right now, if you're on the Hilton side, the inventory seems to be more or less taken out of DRI and plugged in, as opposed to an integrated merged set of inventory. Just a list of former DRI properties where I've stayed. Currently, right now, actually behind me is actually part of the Modern in Honolulu. I stayed at the Scottsdale Villa Mirage, and I did that over New Year's Eve. So the 6-month availability, as far as that concerned, I was able to get a New Year's Eve, which would think be very difficult to get. I've stayed at the Kaanapali Beach Resort in Maui. That was a wonderful place. And Riviera Beach Resort in California in Dana Point. I love that place as well. My plans for 2023, I will actually be going to the Kaanapali Beach Resort again. I didn't want to count it twice, but I'm also planning a trip to Sedona, Arizona. There's tons of availability that are all DRI properties, and Sedona is a wonderful place. I've been there once before, and I want to go back. And then later in the year, in October, I've already booked the Point at Poipu in Kauai. So there you have the examples of new locations that are now available, and there lots of inventory. You just kind of have to spot check. What I do is I go in and I look out 6 months, see what's available, and then sort of start to do my planning from there. The one thing that they mentioned that was kind of new was the destination exchange to be part of HGVMax. Those for people in DRI, Diamond Resorts would already know this already. And it allows you to book homes, affiliate resorts, and all using timeshare points. And I've got a demo right after this slide. There's no timeline exactly when this is going to happen, but I'm pretty sure they have to do this because they've got to compete with Airbnb at the end of the day. The new generation coming up thinks more Airbnb than timeshares, so timeshares people have to address that. And also having a broader range. There's still a lot of work to be done. Marriott's doing it. Club Wyndham has it. With Vacasa, you can book homes and all that. So Hilton's a little behind on that, and so they're going to have to do that in destination exchange with the purchase of DRI as that. So let me do the demo, and then I'll be back to talk a little more. Destination exchange, which you see right here on the left. So all you have to do is, and I sort of started it, but I'll just go back and do a search for availability. And so I'm going to put in the state of Utah. And again, I don't know if it's going to look like this when it gets rolled out with HGVMax, but this is the current, what it looks like. And I'll just pick the 6th through the 13th. And then you just do a search. Sorry for the long wait. And here you go. So this is the Hilton Vacations Club, Grand Vacations Club, which we know from there. This is a managed Cedar Breaks Lodge. So you see, then you have this is a house here, and the points are quite high. I think something's going to have to be done with that because it just needs to become somewhat competitive with Airbnb. Now this is a 5-bedroom, and this is for a week, but it's still a lot of points. And then there's another a luxury home for $40,000. So maybe they'll. And this is a one-bedroom, as well as sleeps 4. But again, that seems like a lot of points. But they had quite a few luxury homes. Just to give you a sense, I think this will be part of this is going to be part of HGVMax, and it's part of the rollout as part of the Hilton software as they get that done. And then you've got some of the sort of smaller branded DP stands. I think that's a partner. Destination exchange partner, and there's even Club Wyndham here, which is somewhat of a competitor, but is a partner in this case. So it has some of the same features of RCI capabilities. So DP is actually a partner, and then you just choose it. Let's just pick on the Park Regency. Let's just view the choices, and then you can see the 7 nights. It gives you a range because it gives you plus or minus 7 days from the booking you had. And so that's what the 1-bedroom is. It's 6,000 points. And you can get a 2-bedroom for 8,000 points. There you go. There's a good example of what destination exchange is. This is a simple search, but this is one of the things I talked about at my owner update. So I wanted to include it here as part of the owner update review. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that demo of Destination Exchange. Again, that was the DRI site, if those of you might not know. Again, gradual rollout properties. I love the no booking fees for every time you do less than a week, or all those little things that maybe now we all forget for those of us in HGVMax. I just love that. I don't have to think about that. and sites are rebranded. In fact, at the Modern, it's kind of funny. It still looks like the Modern. It doesn't have a lot of different. Other than the towels now say Hilton and a few things like that. But I still think there's some upgrades they're going to do as well. At least talking to some of the staff. The first sites that were rolled out, that was in Q4 and Q1, California, Hawaii. There's been quite a few. In fact, I didn't want to list them all. They're all actually, you can see them all in the drop down under destinations now. You don't always see inventory populated. There's several that I've noticed don't have inventory, and I think that's the problem that I talked about earlier about the inventory seems to be taken and put in as opposed to a merged sort of inventory that's real time when you're in the DRI side, or if you're in the Hilton side. There's not quite that integrated solution. The 6-month window is reasonable. I mean, there are some trade-offs. I'd like to figure out how that could be improved, and maybe that over time, the whole idea of the two different companies, that over time that will get sorted out. I like some of the low season opportunities. There's Avila Beach, which is in California, one of the ones I'm very interested in. Has 2,000 points for a week in a studio, and it's right on the ocean in California. And the Kauai Resort is a good deal, 8,500 points for 2-bedroom resort view. In fact, that's the week I booked. So I think that's a really exciting opportunity for the gradual rollouts. Lastly, I wanted to leave you guys with things I'd like to see sooner. This is my priority. I'm actually trying to figure out how I can reach into corporate and have some impact, figure out some way to be customer advocacy in some form or so forth. I'd like to see destination exchange sooner, because it's kind of another additional to RCI. And again, the competitors Marriott and Wyndham have similar options, include the villas of distinction, if that's possible. And again, Hilton Grand Vacations need to compete with Airbnb. If that long term, that's going to be a challenge for that, and for them to get new members, because I know my kids that are younger, they are much more interested in Airbnb rather than locking into a long-term arrangement like the timeshares are. Lift credits, again, in my opinion, that could be done you could call the timeshare ahead and say, I'm going to take a lift there and I'd like a credit for you, share the bill or something like that, and that could be applied. So there's some manual ways I think that could be implemented even before that. And last minute booking credits, I think that's a priority, just because the rooms are available, and they're keeping their owners from that. And I think that's something that I'd like to see done a little earlier. Anyway, I hope you like this little owner update. Please don't forget to give it a like, and please subscribe to my channel.